So here's my Craftsman riding lawn tractor that I put the front end loader on. I've been tinkering with it all weekend, and everyone's asked me about the GM power steering pump on it, and so I thought I'd try and show a little more detail of how I hooked it up. So there it is, and I just bent like a brake line or fuel line type piece of steel line that had the right fitting to go in the back. Hooked it up to rubber hose that goes up to my valve, and this is kind of temporary. I do want to get a fitting and make a proper 90 here, because this does sort of hang down and could get damaged. You can see where the cap is, or was. I just siliconed like a copper pipe cap over it, and there is a hose attached to it. Oops. There, you can see there's a hose. So again, there's like a barb fitting threaded into this cap, and that's a return line. So up top I have my main return line, which splits into two, and one comes here and the other one comes over here to the normal power steering pump return line. And you'll also notice it's mounted kind of upside down, but that's because these GM power steering pumps are they run in one direction only, and so if I had the pump flipped the other way so it wasn't hanging down, so it was actually tucked up into the tractor, the motor would actually be turning the pump the wrong way and it wouldn't work. So it's gotta be flipped down this way with the pulley up, but it all works out. So as for like a clutch mechanism, I've got, see this idler pulley here? Well, that is hooked up to this spring, and that's actually the mower deck belt engagement. So the factory lever on top operates the hydraulic pump, which is this one here. So yeah, I just made up some brackets to make it fit and got it bolted in and belted it up, hooked it up, and it works. It works just fine. These power steering pumps are quite powerful, so that's the detail on that. Here you can see some of the braces I made up for the loader. Oh, I'll actually show you. That's the pulley that's driving the pump as well, because this one would have been way too low, it wouldn't have worked. And well, that one has to drive the transaxle. So I actually cut this pulley stack in half and welded it back together with this pulley in the middle, and it's lined up perfectly, so that worked out well. Here's a closer look at the hydraulic tank that I have. Just an old air compressor tank. Some weight on the back. I need to make up something better than that. So there's one return line going into the tank. Comes from the filter, from the valve. So I think this one is for the bucket up and down, and this is for the loader arms up and down, and has the float position as well. Pressure line running from the pump. All the lines split off on each side. Oh yeah, and I have some proper clamps for these hoses too, so people keep bugging me about that. But I do have the actual crimp-on fittings, so I'll be doing that soon too, hopefully. Yeah, and I removed the sides from this, the hood of this tractor, just because, well, I think it looks better to be able to see the engine and stuff. A little more airflow through there ain't gonna hurt it. There's a shot of that exhaust. Okay, well, thanks for watching.